Hello guys, welcome. Today we'll be looking at how to use the Planswift template in taking off for columns. I know some of you might have been having these challenges when taking off for columns, especially when you are trying to use this template and you click on it. You're expecting it to be uh, a counting kind of tool, but you're seeing a linear tool and you're wondering, what am I going to do when I'm seeing a linear uh, tool over there? This is the linear tool, and you can see it over here in the column space in the template. So for you to use it efficiently, what you need to do first is that you can't use this for this side, unlike the superstructure, unlike the substructure, sorry. The substructure on this, you're going to see that when you click on the pit excavation, what you're seeing over here is a counting tool. You understand? So it's a bit different. You put in the longer side and the shorter side and also the depth, and you begin to, take off for the column base as well as the pit. So this is actually a different way in taking off for columns. So how do I take off for columns? All you need is your column schedule. So in doing that, we're just going to look for our column schedule quickly in order for us to get what we need to do. My column schedule is over here, this portion. This is my column schedule. And what I need to do first is to understand how many of the columns do I have in this building. So we'll just be taking off for first floor. So when you look at my columns, my schedule of column, you're going to see the number of the column ID, the number of columns that I have over in the first floor, which the size here, you could see the size are 230 by 230 mm. We have 4 straight bars of Y16, and we have the stirrups at Y8, which is at 175 center to center. And over here we have 450 by 230, which is Y16, 6 straight bars, and um, the stirrups of Y8 at 175 center to center. So what we are going to do currently right now is to take off for each of these separately. So you could decide to go to your plan and figure out this how many of this C1 are there, the column ID or whatsoever. You could figure out how many of them are there in first floor, how many of these are there in first floor whatsoever. But I'm just going to use this to determine the number of the columns that I already have on my first floor. So over here we have about, this is 6, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 14. So we have the size 230 by 230. We have 14, and then here we have over 5, and we also have another one here. So let's just we're just going to take note of this two. We're just going to take note of this two. Okay, so we might zoom a bit. Yeah. So as you can see, we have two sizes, 230 by 230 and 450 by 230. So all I'm going to do is just to come over here. We're already ensure that it has been scaled. Now you can now click on the column here, and we click on the column, and we're going to we're going to take off 230 by 230. The width over here is 230, 0.23. The thickness is 0.23. And we're already assuming that for 230 by 230, we already have 14 columns. You put in your number. You can confirm by checking your plan to see how many numbers of these types of columns are there, instead of you using the schedule whatsoever, because sometimes the schedule could be wrong. So you could use that to cross-check your plan, to cross-check if truly this columns, the number of these columns as stated by the schedules, are also there. So we are going to input 14, and now this is where our our linear tool comes into play. We're just going to take off for here. We're just going to take this, this, just going to take it downwards, and we're done. So with this, we have 2.1 cubic meters, and our formwork is 36.19 square meters. So we also have to do our reinforcement in columns. So in doing our reinforcement in columns, we're going to double click on it. Where is it? That's 2.1. I'm going to double click on our column. So while we double click on our column, we're going to fill in our diameter of our bar. Remember that the diameter, sorry, having a call. So remember the diameter of our bar over here is 16. So, which we're going to put 16 here. And the bar weight here is 1.578. And projection, we're just going to zoom it. So you might be wondering, what does this projection mean? So in reinforcement detailing, the projection of a straight bar refers to the length of the bar that extend beyond the face of the concrete. This projection is critical to ensure proper bonding between the bar and the concrete. So we're just going to assume the projection. The projection actually provides a mechanical bond between the bar and the concrete, and it ensures that the bar remains in place. We're just going to assume 50, because sometimes typical projection lengths are between 2 to 4 inches, depending on the bar diameters and the concrete strength, as well as the design requirements. So sometimes could be around 50 to 100 sometimes 0.30 whatsoever was in the design. You are going to input that. So number of straight bars, as you can see, the number of straight bar refers to the number of straight reinforcement bars used in the columns, which are 4. You can see we have 4 over here. And now we have lapping. So lapping refers to the overlap between 2 reinforcement bars in the column. And the purpose ensures continuity of reinforcement, providing a strong bond between the bars and the concrete. So we're just going to assume this. So typical lap length of this is between 30 to 50 times the bar diameter, depending on the bar size, the concrete strength, as well as, the design requirements. So number of lapping, which is going to assume, let's just assume this. And you click on OK. And when you do that, you already have your answer. So it means for this column, we're using 345.966 kg. And we also go to our stirrups. So according to this, our links are Y8 at what? At 175 center to center. So we're going to put a Y8. The bar weight is at 0.3954. The center to center, as you can see, 0.171755, 175. And our cover, we're just going to assume. So it could be between 15 to 25 we could just put this. So you might be wondering what cover means. So cover in stirrups refers to the minimum distance between the surface of the concrete and the narrow surface of the stirrup. It's also known as a shear reinforcement or tie. The cover provides protection to the stirrup from environmental factors such as corrosion, and ensures that the stirrup remains in place. So sometimes it's 0.0 6 to 1 inch. And then we have hooks. So hook refers to the minimum distance between the surface of the concrete and the nearest surface of the hook. So just going to include just going to let's just assume 30, and we click on OK. So with this, we already have our square meter for the formwork, for columns, for the concrete, and we'll have our reinforcement, which is Y16, and we have our stirrups, which is Y8. So we're also going to do this for this type of column. So in doing this type of column, what we're just going to do is we click on it also, we click on this same thing, and we just input what we have here, 450. You could see how easy it is to use this template. It is easy. So remember, we have 5 number of columns over here. We can just decide to add this also, which is 7. Let's assume it's 7 because they are all similar. As you can see, they are similar. I believe they should be similar. Anyway, so 7, and we're still going to take off. Already knows 3, but that is the rule of the template. We're just going to take this and double click, and we're done with this. So the reinforcement in columns, what we're going to do right now is to click on this and put in our diameter. Remember, what we have there is Y16, diameter of the bar 16, the bar weight is for 16 is this. Projection, remember I just explained what projection is. Number of straight bars, we're going to zoom. No, we're not zooming in because we already have 6. We're not zooming, we already have 6 straight bars. Lapping, we're zooming this, or you check your drawing or contact your structural engineer. So with that, we've gotten our answer. And also for our stirrups, also Y8, Y8 are the same, which is this. Center to center is 0.175. Cover, we're going to assume. Sorry, the hooks. I'm just going to assume this, and we click on OK. All right. So with this, we're actually done with taking off for our first floor columns. So as you can see, the total concrete will be 2.2 cubic meters, and that is for that size, for 450 by 230 type of concrete, and the formwork will be 28.75 square meters. The reinforcement in the columns will be 263.45 kilograms, and reinforcement in columns will be 79.90. All right. So I hope you get this template before it's goes beyond the current price. So do well to click on the link below and get your copy also. But if you can't, you could also drop us a mail, and we will devise a means of payment for you in order for you to get this while it lasts on the market. So see you on our next video.